Yo, yo, yo. I hope everybody's well. Um, yeah, sorry about that. Just technical difficulties. Hope everybody's well. Just gonna quickly preview the Arsenal versus Man City match in the FA Cup. Right, well, I think it's going to be a tough match. To be honest, it's just one of them games where I just think nobody expects us to win. So I just think, why not just go all out? Of course, you've got to just think, obviously, it's Man City as well. They're probably going to be firing, obviously, after they got their, lease of life on the week, during the week, where they, which means obviously they can play Champions League now. To be honest, I just want us just to go out there and just give it all. Just don't be scared. Just press from the front. It will be interesting to see what Arteta goes with team-wise. Me personally, I would go with I'd go with the 4-3-3. Just simply because I don't think Ceballos and Xhaka will be able to deal with the midfield that Man City will be coming with. So that's why I just think maybe an extra body in there, like Saka, I think would be a perfect extra body in there. I wouldn't pick Joe Willock just simply because Man City is just not the team where you just want to just run ragged, if you know what I mean. You don't want to be chasing down the ball all the time. Okay, fair enough. They're obviously going to have most of the ball, but obviously Man City, they're not a perfect side. They are going to make mistakes, which is why I think the midfield is probably the most important aspect of our team. Just simply because once we get the ball, I'd like my midfielders to just be able to control the ball and just to keep the ball. I don't really want midfielders who are just going to receive the ball and then just going to look for the long ball straight away. I think we need to just obviously have respect for Man City, but at the same time, just understand that, we can obviously get at them as well. One thing that I obviously want to point out as well is, obviously with, every Arsenal fan knows that Aubameyang should be playing up front, right? But to be honest, the more I look at it, I just think I'd prefer him on the left wing, as in like an inverted striker kind of thing, or like a wide forward even, which just simply because I just think he offers more on the left wing. I just think if he was to play up front, I just think he'd get found out, just simply because he's not really that good at holding the ball up. Obviously, he's more of a striker that just runs in behind. And obviously just tries to pick out the kind of slower defenders, which is why I think Lacazette needs to play this game, just to obviously hold the ball up and keep the ball. But I think in the midfield, we need to be looking more at trying to release Aubameyang, because if you watch through our games, Aubameyang is always making these runs. He's always making these runs in behind the defense, but obviously due to our lack of quality, we just can't seem to pick him out for some strange reason. I don't know why that is, actually. I think maybe that's probably just down to just quality. I'd like to think it's a pretty obvious thing that they do in training, because I believe he's the only one with that pace that can get behind defense, So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Like, what formation should we put? Do you think we should go 3 at the back? Do you think we should go 4 at the back? Or do you think we should go 5 at the back even? Obviously, me personally, I just think in that last game against Liverpool, okay, granted that Liverpool had most of the possession, but I just think the way we defended with the 4 at the back was enough for me to be slightly impressed by. I just think with my 4 at the back, I would probably have. Who would I have? Who played in the last game? Oh yeah. I wouldn't have Hector at right back, just simply because I think whoever's on the wings. I believe it's Mahrez. I think Mahrez would eat Bellerin up just for fun. Mahrez or Sterling, I believe. I think they'd just have fun with Bellerin. Bellerin's not obviously defensively sound. I would actually have Cedric at right back. I think he had a good game against Liverpool. Yeah, I think defensively he was solid. Didn't really have enough chances to go forward, but I think that's just simply because we were picking 10 men were behind the ball for the majority of the game after we took the lead. I'd have Cedric at right back. Obviously, I'd have Martinez in goal. Cedric right back. I'd have Holding on one side, and then I'd have David Luiz on the other side. David Luiz, just simply because I just think if you look back at the previous game against Man City, I think he'd be raring to go for this one. So I wouldn't want him to be too over enthusiastic, just because you know what he's like when he loses his head. I'd like him just to be that calm person that we saw at Liverpool. Just control the defense, don't do anything stupid, and yeah. And then obviously onto left back, I would have. God, I haven't forgotten left backs. Oh, Kieran Tierney, of course. Kieran Tierney, again, brilliant player. He's slotted in fine. Starter for me. And then onto the three, I would have Xhaka, Ceballos, and I'd have Saka on the left side. Just on the left side, I'd have Saka just so he can obviously help out, Kieran Tierney, just in case Kieran Tierney's like struggling like Mahrez. And then on the front three, I'd have Pepe on the right-hand side, Alex Lacazette down the middle, and obviously Aubameyang on the left-hand side. Do you know? I would just like to just go out there and just not be afraid. Obviously, we understand this Man City, in my opinion, probably the best team. Well, they are the best team in the Premier League. Obviously, they didn't win the league, but in my opinion, they are still the best team in the Premier League. I just want us just to start well. I'm a big believer in if we start well, so like the first quarter of the game, if we start well, then I think obviously that should obviously set a tone for the rest of the game, because as Arsenal, we seem to never start games very quickly. We always start for some reason. I don't know why it is. I think maybe it's a mentality thing. We're very much slow starters, so if we just, I'd like us to start, pressing from the front, not allowing De Bruyne any space, obviously, and just if De Bruyne is in space, I'd like us just to be tight, obviously not too tight in him, because then that would just leave space behind him. I would just like us just to go for it, to be honest, and just go for it. Just don't be afraid. Don't be bold. It's FA Cup semi-final. Two teams who are obviously used to playing at Wembley. Obviously, I feel like Man City are used to playing it more than us, but we're basically the FA Cup merchants, innit? But I think Man City's defense can be got at. Just simply because they don't really have a defender. I haven't really watched Man City's Premier League games, but I've obviously been seeing results, and they've just been wiping the floor of these teams. But at the same time, you've seen, I think they've lost a game. I think it was against Southampton. So the defense can be got at. It's just a case of if we're up for it or not, really. So I just hope, I think Ceballos will be very, very key to the game today, just in the sense that I'd like Ceballos just as soon as he received the ball, I'd like him just to be able to just to look up and just and just not obviously just to look up and not take his time with the ball, because I feel like that's probably his weakness, is where he just holds the ball for too long. I'd like him just to receive the ball and just to give it to Aubameyang straight away. just because 9 times out of 10, Aubameyang's probably already made that run in behind the defence. Obviously, with Man City's defence, I think they'll have. I think obviously they'll have. I think it's Fernandinho and. I don't know what their defence is. I think it's Fernandinho and Laporte, maybe, or I think it's like Garcia. If it is at Garcia, I think that's a perfect opportunity just for us to get at them. But yeah, I just don't want us to just to sit back and allow Man City to have possession, because that's exactly what they want. I think in some games in Man City, when you press them up high, I feel like they show moments where they do struggle if you press them up high. I don't think Man City like to play against a counter-attacking side. So I just think if we just press up high, I think our defensive line needs to be high as well. I don't want to see our defensive line dropping too deep, because that will just create so much gaps for Man City's front three. My predictions for the game. I think it's going to be. See, because I'm an Arsenal fan, but at the same time, I've got to be realistic. So I think with Arsenal, it's one of them is if we turn out, we could either play really, really well and then obviously one defensive mistake at the back. It's one of them. But I think we'd be up for it. Yeah. I think Arteta's got something to prove, just in the sense that in the last game where basically everything that went wrong. All the injuries that and obviously the David Luiz red card as well. So I think he'd be raring to go. I think he'd feel slightly embarrassed after that game, and I think he'd actually be really raring to go for this one. Hopefully we don't capitulate like we did in the last game as well. I think in terms of predictions, I'm actually going to go with 2-1 Arsenal. What do you guys think? Just let me know what you guys think in the comments of like score predictions. Let me know what you guys think about formations, etc. And do we guys have a chance? Just let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to obviously just like and subscribe to this channel. Obviously it's my first live stream, so if you guys can just show love by liking and subscribing, and peace out, guys.